We've started this preparation almost a year back, and I think at IRMA we realized that this is a very important year. So we requested faculty to share proposals that they would like to take up. In fact, one of our earlier plans was to see if we can repeat the conference that happened in 1992, which set IRMA apart from many other institutions, the Cooperatives Conference, which was a massive conference. And the idea was to see that we have all faculty in some sense involved in the process of choosing ideas, themes and so on. So we started with that process, and the second thing we thought of doing was to ensure that the celebrations are not just restricted to Anand. We have events happening outside also, because most of IRMA alumni are spread across the country, and they are also as excited about celebrating the Kurian centenary. So after the selection of the logo, we started having events sometime more closely. We started off with some events relating to a volume on reimagining producer collectives, which is a set of case studies, and the idea was to release that volume during the Kurian centenary. Unfortunately, because of the second wave of pandemic, the field visits to the farmer producer organizations weren't possible, so we had to delay that a bit. But effectively from around July, we've been having a series of events. So broadly speaking, one set of events we would call Traveling with Kurian, where we invited people who were involved with the Operation Flood, senior officials like Mr. Aneja, Shailendra Kumar, Thomas Carter. So we had a conversation with them on the spread of the dairy cooperatives and why this was one of the largest rural development programs in the world during that time. And that in some sense is closely linked also to the history of IRMA, which was set up in 1979. So around the time, it so happened that in July, the Government of India set up the Ministry of Cooperatives, and in July, we also had a workshop with a webinar with 4 participants who were alumni working in the cooperative space, but not necessarily in dairy cooperatives, working in different spaces. One of them working with the fisheries cooperative, someone working with artisanal cooperatives. So the broad theme was to look at what we called rethinking Kurian, the changing dimensions of cooperatives in India. It was around that time it was felt very strongly that IRMA might want to take up the idea of how should the Ministry of Cooperatives further its own agenda. So in collaboration with the International Cooperative Alliance Asia Pacific, the ICA Domus Trust and the Andhra Pradesh Mahila Abhivruddhi Society, IRMA organized a national consultation on autonomy and independence of cooperatives on September 3rd. In fact, this was the first physical event that IRMA was having after a very long time, and we had very good participation from across the country, with many cooperators speaking about not just the Ministry of Cooperatives, but also the Supreme Court judgment that came within a week after the announcement of the setting up of the Ministry of Cooperatives. So the idea of that particular event was to try and see if a set of people can look at this as an opportunity, and how do we further the cooperative agenda, as the Government of India is saying, Sahakar se Samriddhi. What are the kinds of things that the Government of India might want to do? And in a sense, we were inspired by the work that Dr. Kurian did in the late 1990s. There was a Cooperatives Initiatives panel where Dr. Kurian and a few others were looking at the possibility of making these institutions much more member-centric and reducing the influence of the government, which was getting excessive in some parts of the country. And so the idea was to come out with a declaration, and we call this the Anand Declaration, which is a 2-page document trying to emphasize that even as we build new cooperatives, we should be concerned about making them member-centric, even as we make them strongly business enterprises in that sense. All over the world, there is a lot of thinking or a rethinking on the nature of the firm. So very often, most of management education is being based on the investor-owned firm. and the literature on a member-owned firm is very limited. And I think IRMA might be one of the few schools that is looking at this as an alternative. And with many people concerned across the world on the concerns with capitalism, the fact that capitalism is leading to a situation where inequality is increasing, there is a stress on the environment. So the alternatives to capitalism has led people to look at cooperatives, social enterprises and other kinds of forms of organization more seriously. And I think the knowledge base on that is quite limited. And in a sense, Dr. Kurian's work helps us to try and take much of this further. In my own work on working on producer collectives, I think the more I look at Dr. Kurian's work, I'm excited to see the tremendous faith that Dr. Kurian had on farmers' institutions and the ability, the innate ability of farmers to provide alternatives for themselves rather than completely being dependent on the state. So between the state and the market, the potential of having community-driven enterprises is something that Dr. Kurian had shown a way, and I think that possibilities is still unfulfilled. He has possibly shown us a path in the dairy cooperatives. They're quite thriving, and I think that same idea and the principles of what Dr. Kurian established might be required much more in the discussions on the farming crisis with many of the artisanal collectives and others. So that I think remains a major area of interest for many of us. Yeah, so as we see it, this is a beginning, and one of the nice things that has happened is that the centenary celebrations have managed to try and get many organizations working on ideas together. So some of it is happening at Anand as part of the Kurian centenary celebrations as well, where the sister institutions of IRMA, NEDB, GCMMF, AMUL, NCDFI and IDMC etc. are working together. But importantly, I think the centenary celebrations is also encouraging us to look at collaborations with other organizations. Last week we had a very interesting conversation with people from the Aga Khan Rural Support Program India. The AKRSP was the, when it set up its base in India, Dr. Verghese Kurian was the first chairperson of AKRSP, and some of the ideas have been taken up in other spaces beyond the beyond dairy cooperatives. I think the important thing is the concept of rural transformation is something that's engaging many people. So today when we look at Dr. Kurian, and we've, for the centenary also, we identified two broad themes. One is focused on organization and management of dairy collectives or of producer collectives, not just dairy collectives. And the second is to look at rural transformation in a post-pandemic world. And I think on this theme, there is much more that needs to be done. And we hope that these conversations will continue beyond the centenary as well.